The year is 1804 and the place is London. A terrifying ghost has been spotted in the area of Hammersmith, and the locals are beside themselves with fear. In the winter of 1803 to 1804, the small village of Hammersmith, which at the time was located west of London, was gripped by a series of strange occurrences. For weeks, villagers claimed to see the apparition of a tall, pale man dressed in white in the churchyard and surrounding lanes. Some said the ghost menaced them, and others believed it to be the restless spirit of a man who had committed suicide and was buried in consecrated ground. The sightings became so frequent that villagers refused to go out at night. Armed patrols were even organized to try and capture or ward off the ghost. Then, on the night of January 3, 1804, things took a very dark turn. An excise officer named Francis Smith went out into the night, determined to confront the ghost. He was armed with a shotgun, and as he patrolled the area of Black Lion Lane in Hammersmith, he spotted a white figure approaching. Without waiting to investigate further, he shouted, "Beware, beware, the ghost is here," but received no answer. And so he fired his gun. The figure fell dead at his feet. It was Thomas Millwood, a 29-year-old bricklayer who was dressed in his trade's traditional white clothing, linen trousers, a white waistcoat, and a white apron. Witnesses later said Millwood had been warned before to wear a coat at night because in the moonlight he looked like a ghost. When Smith realized in the morning that he had killed a man, he was horrified and immediately called for assistance. He was soon arrested and charged with murder. At his trial, the defense argued that he genuinely believed he was firing at a ghost and therefore it should be ruled as excusable homicide. However, the judge instructed the jury that killing another person, even under a mistaken belief, was still murder. Smith was convicted and sentenced to death, but the case caused such a stir that his sentence was commuted to 1 year as hard labor. The Hammersmith ghost murder became a landmark in English legal history. It raised the troubling question, can a person be held fully responsible if they kill under a mistaken belief? What if they genuinely thought they were defending themselves or others? This case was often cited in English law books until the Criminal Law Act of 1967, which clarified the law on self-defense and mistaken belief. And as for the ghost, not long after the murder, a shoemaker named John Graham confessed to pretending to be the ghost by wearing a white sheet to scare his apprentices. He never faced serious punishment, but his deadly prank would become part of a famous trial centuries later. Thanks for watching.